teaching, learning, and school management. Day 2 moves decisively from reflection to action. Sessions will address curriculum design, inclusive leadership, managing change, and educator well-being, while placing strong emphasis on translating vision into practice.
The workshop continues Thursday with more presentations, group discussions, and activities, all aimed at strengthening leadership capacity throughout Grenada's education system. Christina John, GBN News.
The International Monetary Fund has commended Grenada's robust economic recovery and prudent fiscal management following Hurricane Beryl, and they're projecting continued growth even as global uncertainties remain. Shania McIntosh has more details.
The IMF Executive Board concluded its 2025 Article IV consultation with Grenada, endorsing staff appraisals that highlight the nation's economic resilience and sound fiscal policy. After weathering the impact of Hurricane Beryl, Grenada's economy is estimated to have grown by 4.4% in 2025, buoyed by strong investment and construction activity. Inflation has slowed down as global food and fuel prices eased, while prudent use of citizenship by investment (CBI) revenues as a solid post-disaster financing framework have supported ongoing development. The IMF forecasts gross domestic product growth to gradually reach 2.7% by 2029 as major public infrastructure projects maintain high construction activity. The IMF emphasized the importance of keeping public debt on a sustainable path, targeting a 60% debt to GDP ratio by 2033. Despite Grenada's stable financial sector and comfortable fiscal position, the IMF noted persistent risk from the country's reliance on tourism, import dependency, and vulnerability to natural disasters. The Executive Board also called for careful management of fiscal risks associated with large public investments, better alignment of fiscal rules, and improve oversight of state-owned enterprises. Enhancing economic data quality and institutional capacity was recommended to strengthen policy making and risk assessment. The IMF further advised Grenada to maintain vigilance over credit growth and non-bank sector vulnerabilities to step up anti-money laundering efforts. While Grenada's ambitious investment plans address key development needs, the IMF stressed the importance of continued expenditure discipline, disaster preparedness, and fostering private sector growth to sustain long-term inclusive development. Reporting for GBN News, Shania McIntosh.
Parents of students attending the St. Giles Anglican School in St. Andrew are expressing growing concern about what they describe as a deplorable and unsafe environment for their children. Christina John has this story.
3 years ago, the St. Giles Anglican School was relocated from its original premises in Mount Carmel, which became uninhabitable, to what was then a much safer environment, the Holy Cross RC School in Munich, St. Andrew. What was meant to be a temporary solution to house students and teachers is now raising serious safety red flags, as parents say conditions have significantly deteriorated. Concerned parents point to visibly cracked walls and uneven spaces and surfaces, which they fear could pose a serious risk to students and staff. The parents are also concerned about faulty electrical wiring that could potentially lead to electrical fires. They spoke to GBN.
The problem is now the safety for our children. The school is cracking, the ground is moving. They have an electrical problem when rainfall water coming down in the meter. Do something for the children of St. Giles Anglican School, for the safety of the teachers and the people that are there. You cannot condemn a building and have children in the school functioning like normal.
You want to wait until disaster strike before you make a move. People's lives are not game. It's not a game you are playing. It's not a game with those little babies' lives.
Parents are now calling on the relevant authorities, including the Ministry of Education, to urgently assess the building and provide a safer long-term solution.
Really, those matters deserve urgent attention in the best interest of our children, safety and well-being. We had PTA meeting. He never one day showed to say, okay, this is where we are at with the reconstruction or anything like that. So I would like to know what's going on, and if it's a case where I have to remove my child from the school for his own safety.
I want this message go to the Ministry of Education. Please, I'm begging, please. The problem need to fix, and the St. Giles School in Mount Carmel need to fix too.
They insist that the children of St. Giles Anglican School deserve a secure, stable environment where learning can take place without fear. Their concerns were raised with the Minister for Education, Senator David Andrew, who told GBN his ministry is aware of the situation, but due process must first be followed.
I am not aware, and it has not come to my attention that there is an electrical problem there. But certainly if there is, it's a standard procedure we have. We have a school maintenance division, and I think principals should be aware of what the procedure is. And we don't skylark with those things. Once something electrical, we understand the risks that are entailed. So I'm not aware that is, I know of the cracks, I'm not aware of that, but if that's a problem, and once the ministry is officially apprised, we certainly would act with alacrity to deal with those matters. I'm not aware that there are deplorable conditions. I'm aware that where the school is housed at the Holy Cross RC, there have been some cracks appearing on some sections of the school. We have had the team from infrastructure, the engineers from infrastructure, do the assessment. We have been assured that it's repairable, that that area can easily be repaired without damage or risk to students. So acting on the counsel from the persons who are technically trained to make the assessments about structural integrity of buildings, we are so guided. In the meantime, we continue to work with the drawings for the St. Giles Anglican. We have had the conceptual designs discussed with stakeholders, the school community, and the technical plans. It's taken some time, indeed, much more time than I am happy to report, and so probably there's need for an additional conversation with them. So we've had those delays, but the plan is still there to have the school. I'm hopeful that we get everything cleared to have some movement taking place this year.
Parents say until decisive action is taken, they will continue to raise their voices in the interest of their children's safety. Christina John, GBN News.
Coming up in Network News, Grenada weighs U.S. deportee proposal amid ongoing labor talks and stands by measured diplomacy on U.S. visa policy. Stay with us.
The I in ARISA stands for you, our members. Your goals matter to us. When you speak, we listen and we act. That's why we've rolled out new deposit rates to help your money work harder. We're offering 4.25% on retirement accounts, 4% on educational savings, and 3.5% on 5-year fixed deposits. We're helping you save on your mortgage. Switch to ARISA and enjoy rates as low as 3.99% plus 50% off legal and processing fees. We are also making it easier to get on the road. Get 100% vehicle financing with rates of just 5% on the purchase of a new vehicle. And if you already have a loan for a recent model, we'll help you switch and enjoy better rates. And for our loyal members, we've designed the ARISA Advantage account, which gives you the VIP experience you deserve. You requested, we responded, you received.
This is the ARISA promise. Better value, better service, members first.
Visit arisacu.com or call us today.
Go paperless with e-billing. Get your Grenlec bill straight to your email inbox faster and more convenient with myaccount.grenlec.com. Sign in to myaccount.grenlec.com where you'll be directed to the home screen. Under additional options and paperless billing, hit sign up. Enter the email where you'd like to receive your bills. Check the accounts you want, then click Sign Me Up. It's that easy. Your bills now come straight to your email inbox. Switch to e-billing and put the power in your hands.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
For when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
The Frequente Industrial Park is opening its doors with prime square footage available right now. Whether you are scaling up your production line or establishing new regional headquarters, we have the footprint you need ready for immediate lease. Our newly refurbished state-of-the-art facilities set a new standard, offering premium spaces designed for modern manufacturing, ICT, and service enterprises that demand excellence. With 24-hour security, property management support, and a location just minutes from the airport and the capital, GIDC Facilities isn't just a landlord. We are your partner in logistics and success. Secure your space in Grenada's flagship industrial hub today. GIDC Facilities, the foundation for your future.
You've arrived in paradise. You felt the rhythm. Now let's make sure you say it right.
Hey, my name is Florian. I'm from the beautiful Aida Perla cruise ship. So today, like we Germans say, we are in Grenada. But I heard in English it's called Grenada.
Say it right. Grenada.
Say it right.
Grenada.
That's right. Grenada. There we go. Say it right. It's Grenada. It's not Grenada. It's Grenada. Say it right.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. If you thought 2025 was amazing, get ready, Grenada. GBN's Old Young Fest is back and bigger than ever. Join us on Saturday, the 31st of January at Pearl's Airstrip for a full day of food, culture, and fun. Watch competitors battle it out for the title of the best original oil down, the best seafood oil down, and the most festive display. Enjoy live calypso and a steel pan, children's activities, traditional ring games, and plenty vibes for the whole family. Gates open at 10 a.m. Don't miss the celebrations of Grenada's national dish, GBN Old Young Fest, where culture, flavor, and tradition comes together. See you on Saturday, January 31st at Pearl's Airstrip. And remember,
as we gear up for Grenada's 52nd anniversary of independence on February 7th, guided by this year's theme, Grenada at 52, anchored in fate, guided by purpose. The National Celebrations Committee invites you to the following events: the Independence Song Competition semifinals on January 16th at the Lassages Playing Field, and the Island-wide Motorcade on January 17th. The Youth Focus event at Monrouge Playing Field on January 24th from 3 p.m. Then on January 31st, the final of the Independence Song Competition will be at the Sutes Bus Terminal. On Sunday, February 1st, we gather for the National Church Service at St. Peter's RC Church in Guelph at 3 p.m. The excitement continues with the National Colors Day, February 6th, and the Independence Cultural Extravaganza at the Grenville Bus Terminal on February 6th. And finally, mark your calendars for the much anticipated Made in Grenada Expo at noon and the military parade at the National Cricket Stadium at 2:30 p.m. on February 7th. Let's show our patriotism as we come together and celebrate our 52nd anniversary of independence.
It happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Merry Christmas. Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. The finest loans we have to spread the Christmas cheer. With Republic Bank, we can make your dreams come true. Like magic, it will appear. With Republic Bank, make this Christmas happen. With Republic Bank this year. Merry Christmas.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell reveals ongoing negotiations with the United States over the acceptance of third country nationals. Reporter Deidre Seeley has more details.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says Grenada is continuing negotiations with the United States over the potential acceptance of third country deportees despite initial refusal of the request. The Prime Minister explained that the Cabinet later approached the U.S. to explore whether an arrangement could be used to address labor shortages in Grenada.
We reviewed the matter as a Cabinet and formed the view that there may have been and there may be an opportunity for us to look at the program with a view to seeing whether or not we can address some of the labor challenges we have in Grenada. And so we have approached the U.S. and held discussions with them in that context. They've come back and in a sense we've engaged in a back and forth about the broad parameters under which we will continue those discussions. Their approach has been to say we want a non-binding memorandum of understanding to be signed first, which sort of says there's a basic framework in which both parties will consider whether they wish to then enter into an actual legal agreement to consider taking third country nationals.
The Prime Minister further explained that in the absence of a legally binding arrangement, Grenada cannot be forced to accept third country nationals. In either case, he stressed that persons with criminal records would not be accepted, but conceded that certain violations of U.S. immigration law might not be a red flag. The Prime Minister anticipates that U.S. officials will be understanding of Grenada's position.
If someone violates U.S. immigration law, for example, they entered illegally or they overstayed, that in a sense is a violation of their law. But we probably don't view that as, because that's really the issue, an immigration issue. We would not see that as something that is so unacceptable that we would not be prepared to take someone for that. So the key thing is we don't want, obviously, if we are going to take any transferees, persons with any criminal background. So that's sort of the broad parameters. I think the Americans would certainly appreciate that if we, given the challenges of our own society, given the fact that they've even put out travel level 2 advisory pertaining to American citizens here, that it would not be acceptable for us, obviously, to even consider taking persons who have a criminal record as third country nationals, even if we want them to work in Grenada.
Some OECS member states, such as St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Kitts and Nevis, have already entered Memoranda of Understanding with the U.S. Following a recent meeting in St. Lucia, the OECS agreed to establish a broad-based, high-level negotiating team to engage with the U.S. on critical regional matters. Acknowledging the potential impact on OECS countries, the Grenadian leader added that financial support for housing and clarity on quantities would be central to negotiations.
The thing for all of us would be that we would not be prepared to accept criminals. Second, obviously, us taking third country nationals will have significant impacts on our social, educational, health, economy, etc., even if we may see it as an opportunity to bolster the labor shortages we have in construction and agriculture, in particular in Grenada. But obviously we would want our partners to obviously fund the cost associated with housing and those kinds of things. So we expect that we'll have significant discussions on that. The quantities, because obviously we're not being in a position to take large quantities, the duration, etc. So all of those are the things that we expect we would negotiate should we get to the point of deciding to look at a legally binding agreement.
He said the public would be informed if the government was satisfied with the talks and ready to consider a formal agreement.
Despite calls for greater transparency, Prime Minister Mitchell says his government will continue to engage with the United States using official diplomatic channels and will update the public when there is substantive information to communicate. We get another report from reporter Deirdre Seeley.
Grenada's Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is defending his administration's approach to public engagement in relation to recent diplomatic developments. His comments follow a series of pronouncements from the United States, the most recent being a pause on immigrant visa processing for 75 countries, including Grenada. In light of these developments, some opposition figures have called for greater transparency from the government. However, the Prime Minister maintained that Grenada will continue to offer measured responses via the appropriate diplomatic channels rather than in public. Although some U.S. policies have been recently communicated through the media or social networks, he explained that the government must first seek official confirmation before responding, especially publicly.
Oftentimes what I see is that you see something on Truth Social, or you see something on Fox News, or you see something on somebody, and everybody's commenting. But as a government, we've received no official notice or correspondence on the matter, and therefore we simply cannot respond, other than to say we've seen measures circulated in the press, and then what if it's not accurate? What if it's not false? So I appreciate that, in a sense, people may always want me to speak on every single thing that is happening, but when we deal with foreign relations, and I think we could accept that the world has been upended a little in terms of how the U.S. is conducting its foreign relations, and it takes time for all of us to adjust and to be able to make sure that we ourselves are conducting ourselves in a manner that's in the best interest of Grenada and de-escalates rather than escalates issues.
The Prime Minister remains confident that Grenadians who comply with U.S. laws have not experienced immigration-related issues when visiting or residing in the U.S.
We are confident that Grenadians who go to the U.S. comply with U.S. laws, abide by the laws, are contributing members to the community, which is why we have such a large and successful diaspora. So from that perspective, whether or not there is a rational basis for the policy is not for me to comment on.
He said the government will engage the public when it has substantive information to communicate, while reassuring the public that the government will continue its diplomatic efforts to advocate for the people of Grenada. The Prime Minister asserted that public interest and public information do not always align.
If the United States pursues policies that we don't think is in the best interest of the government and people of Grenada, the way to communicate that is through diplomatic channels. The way to communicate it is not by the public. It serves no useful purpose, and I think any rational person would see that any attempt to do so publicly is actually contrary to the way the U.S. government will in fact treat you. So we have to, not everything that the public is interested in is in the public's interest.
Reporting for GBN News, I am Deidre Seeley.
In a move reflecting growing geopolitical urgency, OECS and Canadian officials met in Castries this week to chart new ground on security, trade, and labor mobility. At the OECS headquarters, senior representatives from the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and the High Commission for Canada engaged in strategic talks with a focus on deepening cooperation in education, cybersecurity, and economic partnership. The meeting laid the groundwork for an anticipated summit between OECS heads and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, signaling a potential turning point in regional relations. Discussions tackled expanding access to Canadian education and technical training, enhancing the region's successful seasonal agricultural worker program, and strengthening security ties through collaboration with regional agencies. Both delegations highlighted the urgency of joint action on cyber threats and data governance, and also emphasized evidence-based policymaking. The talks concluded with pledges to pursue immediate, practical steps for mutual growth and resilience. Now it's time for your GBN ISAW.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
I got my glasses from Clear Vision Eye Center.
I got my glasses at Clear Vision Eye Center.
Clear Vision Eye Center.
Clear Vision Eye Center.
It isn't Valentine's Day, but we have a heart in tonight's ISAW. Our reporter submitted a photograph of a dasheen in the shape of a heart. She said she was about to prepare her lunch of provisions and mackerel when she came across the heart-shaped dasheen. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And stay with us. We'll be back right after this break.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
On Playway, $20 back up on Pick 3 and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X. You cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
35 years, one name has stood with us. Through the storms and sunshine, we've been by your side. Whether you're on the road, at sea, on site, or at home, with Grenadian General Insurance, confidence comes standard. It's never been a better time to renew and update for added benefits. Join us in celebrating 35 years of safeguarding what matters most. Grenadian General Insurance, 35 years strong. Visit Grenadian General Insurance on Scott Street, St. George's. Call us at 440-2434 or visit grenadiangeneral.gd to get the coverage you need.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
A 9-member team from T.A. Marichaud Community College Culinary Department will represent the institution at GBN's Oil Down Fest next Saturday at Pearls Airstrip. College officials say participation in the festival gives students practical, real-world experience and supports their professional development, while also helping to showcase the institution's programs and build its national profile. 3 Year 2 students from TAMCC's Culinary Department, Shania Johnson, Denisha McDonald, and Denisha McDonald, are among the 9-member team participating in the GBN Oil Down competition.
We are ready to take part in this competition to showcase our skills and creativity. We are excited to participate in this competition and win.
As a young culinary team, we are excited, we are confident, and we are ready to win.
Education officials are urging full student participation as the OECS student census continues across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Shania McIntosh will report.
The January 19th to 26th census is considered a critical tool in shaping the future of education in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Diane Abel-Jeffrey, is encouraging students to take part in the OECS student census, which will play a vital role in improving the education system. Dr. Abel-Jeffrey explained that students' participation is essential to help the Ministry of Education better understand the needs, experiences, and challenges faced by learners. She noted that the information collected will guide decision-making and support the development of a more responsive, student-centered education system.
Parents, I encourage you to encourage your children to be part of this very important initiative, as we want to hear from our students. We want to know what they are experiencing so that we can shape our education to fit their needs more effectively. And so I encourage everyone to be a part of this very important initiative.
Officials say full student participation will strengthen education planning and improve teaching and learning outcomes across the Tri-Island states. Shania McIntosh, GBN News.
When we return, we'll have sports and international news.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Yo, Grenada, are you ready for the biggest vibe this January? Yeah! On Saturday, January 24th at 3 p.m., Morne Rouge Playing Field is turning up as the National Celebrations Committee hosts the Independence Youth Expo. Come through and check out fresh local brands, cool art, nutritious drinks, snacks, and confectionaries. It's all about our young creators showing out. Catch dope performances from Spiceland dancers, Destiny on Steel Band, Zeal, Nate, Lil Cello, and Young Cody from Carriacou. Also at the event will be DJ Snappy, Selector Jamie, and Tristan Charles keeping the energy lit. And guess what? It's free. So squad up and roll out to support our youth and celebrate the future. Mark your calendar. Saturday, January 24th, 3 p.m. Morne Rouge Playing Field. Don't sleep on this. It's the Independence Youth Expo.
Good evening, sports fans. The Windward Islands women will play their final preliminary round challenge tonight in the ongoing regional T20 Blaze in St. Vincent. Their daunting task is against the tournament's only undefeated side, the Leeward Islands Stormers. The Windward Islands enter the contest firmly rooted at the bottom of the table. The tournament has been marked by several close losses and an inability to close out matches, leaving them desperate for morale-boosting victory ahead of Friday's playoff fixtures. The team's efforts so far have largely revolved around the excellent form of standby Janelia Glasgow and veteran all-arounder Afi Fletcher. Glasgow leads the entire tournament in runs scored, showcasing powerful and reliable batting at the top of the order. However, the lack of substantial support from the middle order has often hampered their ability to post competitive totals. Tonight, the spotlight falls heavily on players like Karina Noel and Ernisha Fontaine, who need to provide stability and acceleration in the middle overs to relieve pressure on Glasgow and Fletcher. The West Indies cricket teams struggled to continue as they fell to a 39-run defeat against Afghanistan in their second T20 international earlier today in Dubai, handing the hosts an unassailable 2-0 series lead. The defeat highlights ongoing concerns about the West Indies' batting consistency and their ability to navigate quality spin bowling. Chasing a challenging target of 190, the West Indies inning faltered early, collapsing to 50 for 5 by the ninth over. Despite the presence of power hitters like Evan Lewis and Shimron Hetmeyer, regular wickets kept the scoring rate in check and left them with a steep required run rate. Afghanistan's spin wizard, Mujib-ur-Rahman, was the architect of the West Indies' downfall, taking an impressive 4 for 21 in his 4 overs, including a hat-trick. His variations proved difficult for the West Indies batters to pick up, a recurring issue that also plagued them in the first T20 International. A brief recovery was staged by Quentin Sampson and Matthew Ford, but once the spinners returned for their second spell, the lower order crumbled, and the West Indies were eventually all out for 150 in 18.5 overs. The teams will play the final dead rubber T20 International tomorrow, with the West Indies hoping for a consolation win to build some rhythm before their next assignment. Still with cricket, West Indies under-19 team heads into a high-stakes clash against South Africa under-19 tomorrow, with their hopes of progressing to the Super 6 stage of the ICC Men's Under-19 Cricket World Cup 2026 on the line. The two teams, level on 2 points, each in Group D, will battle it out at the High Performance Oval starting at 3:30 a.m. Grenada time. The winner of this match will all but secure their spot in the next phase of the tournament. The West Indies began their campaign with a solid 5-wicket win over Tanzania under-19, but faced a significant setback with a 138-run defeat to Afghanistan under-19. South Africa has followed a similar trajectory, losing their opener to Afghanistan before bouncing back with a commanding 329-run victory over Tanzania, boosting their net run rate significantly. This sets the stage for a compelling contest where a win is non-negotiable for the Young Windies side to control their destiny. Captain Joshua Dorn will need to inspire his troops to a top performance. All eyes will be on wicketkeeper batter Jewel Andrew, a senior team player who's expected to anchor the batting lineup. The West Indies need a complete team effort to overcome the South Africans and keep their dream of a second under-19 World Cup title alive. And that's what's been happening in sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, announced on Tuesday that the government has received $300 million from a U.S. brokered sale of Venezuelan crude, pledging to use the funds to stabilize the country's embattled currency. The sum is part of a $500 million transaction conducted by Washington, which Rodriguez says would support the foreign exchange market and protect the income and purchasing power of our workers. The deal comes as Venezuela's bolivar continues to struggle under hyperinflation and a chronic scarcity of foreign currency, exacerbated by a 6-year U.S. oil embargo. U.S. President Donald Trump touted the sale as, quote, a historic energy deal with proceeds under American control, and claimed it would benefit both nations. Analysts say government intervention in the currency market aims to narrow the gap between official and black market dollar rates. Prior to the U.S. capture of former President Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela had relied on steep crude discounts to skirt sanctions, with China as its chief buyer. U.S. authorities intensified pressure in December by seizing tankers carrying sanctioned oil. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has agreed to join U.S. President Donald Trump's so-called Gaza Board of Peace, even as he faces an international criminal court arrest warrant for alleged war crimes in Gaza. In a statement posted online, Netanyahu's office confirmed his acceptance of Trump's invitation.
Well, we still did not get anything in writing, any official statements from the Palestinian Authority to comment on this remark. But behind the scenes, let's unpack what the Palestinian officials think is happening. This invitation was sent weeks ago. The acceptance was announced roughly a week ago, but only now the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced he is joining the Board of Peace. For Palestinians, they see Netanyahu as an obstacle to any attempt for the Trump administration to move forward for phase 2. Technically, yes, the announcement of the Board of Peace, the announcement of the Palestinian National Committee, all should signal on the ground the start of phase 2. But Netanyahu is not interested in one of the key elements of this phase, which is withdrawing the Israeli troops beyond the yellow line. In fact, if we see what Israel is doing inside the Gaza Strip, it's actually taking more lands from Gaza, inching closer into Gaza's territory on the other side of the yellow line. So if that signals anything, it signals Israelis' intention not to withdraw from Gaza. Remember, we're talking about an Israeli election year this year, so everyone in the Israeli politics is trying to show more defiance, is trying to show more strength. And how do they do that? By cracking down more and more on Palestinians. As far as Palestinians are concerned, they think that Netanyahu's interest in this phase is to get a vow or get some implementation on the disarmament of Hamas. This is something that is tricky, that Hamas has said it's willing to hand some of its weapons to the Palestinian Authority, but it's still a very contentious point. But the key point really is the Israeli withdrawal from the Gaza Strip, which is something that the Israelis are not intending to do. But can Netanyahu say no bluntly to Trump? We don't think so, and that's why he's accepting this membership. Whether he's going to fulfill the duties that were presented by the Trump's peace plan, that's yet to be seen, but there's a lot of skepticism here.
And that's what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. IMF praises Grenada's resilient recovery and fiscal prudence after Hurricane Beryl. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell stands by measured diplomacy on U.S. visa policy. Parents sound alarm over unsafe conditions at St. Giles School. And Carriacou rekindles boat-building legacy. In regional news, Venezuela channels $300 million oil windfall to bolster its currency. While internationally, Netanyahu joins Trump's Gaza Peace Board. In sports, Windward Islands face uphill battle against undefeated Leeward Islands in CWI T20 Blaze tonight, while Windies loses by 39 runs to Afghanistan. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Visit our website at www.gbn.gd for more news stories, or you can like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/GBN News and Radio. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you again tomorrow night.